Today I want to share a reflection with you on a story in the Gospel of Matthew, the flight into Egypt, as it was painted by Rembrandt in 1627. In this painting, I actually saw the pictures that we constantly get on TV of refugees trying to escape their countries. And I kept asking myself, was Jesus a refugee? And according to Pope Francis, there is no doubt, Jesus was a refugee. In his message for the World Day of Migrants and Refugees, which in Australia we celebrated on Sunday the 27th of September 2020, he quite clearly states, I would like to start with the image that inspired Pope Pius XII in his Apostolic Constitution in 1952, in which he says, during the flight into Egypt, the child Jesus experienced with his parents the tragic fate of the displaced and the refugee, which is marked by fear, uncertainty, and unease. And the United Nations High Commission defines refugees in this way. A refugee is someone who has been forced to flee his or her country because of persecution, war, or violence. A refugee has a well-founded fear of persecutions for a reason of race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group. But does this definition apply to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph? I would say, according to the Gospel of Matthew, yes, it does apply, because King Herod was planning to seek out the child to destroy him. And his threats were not just empty threats. In fact, later on we read how he slaughters all the male children in Bethlehem under 2 years of age. And in a very powerful and dramatic way, Rembrandt captures the fear and the anxiety of Mary and Joseph in this picture. Let's look at this picture more closely. First of all, let's start with Joseph. He's leading his donkey, but he's looking out. He's looking out for any danger or anything that could threaten Mary and Jesus. Mary is holding her child, but her face is anxious and fearful, and she's looking out at us the viewers, as if asking us, are you a friend or a foe? Are you someone who's welcomed this child or someone who's going to threaten this child? Even the donkey seems to be fearful and uncertain. Its head is down, its ears are down, his eyes are searching for what's ahead. Are there any danger ahead? But the dominant feature of the whole painting is the darkness. The figures and the donkey are surrounded by darkness. There is only one mysterious light from the left of the picture coming in. The rest is shadows and darkness. The light highlights the darkness. Look at the bottom left-hand picture. Rembrandt painted a ghostly plaint as if its hooks are reaching out to try to literally grab Jesus in a threatening way. But for Rembrandt, light conquers the darkness. This mysterious light, is it a divine light, surrounds them and isolates them and protects them, and leads the group away from the shadow, symbol of sin and evil. But the focal point of the whole painting is Mary's gaze towards us, the viewers. She is presenting us Jesus. She is showing us her son Jesus and asking each one of us, will you recognize the face of Christ in all refugees and in all migrants? Because in each of these people forced to flee for safety, Jesus is present, as he was at the time of King Herod. And in Fratelli Tutti, Pope Francis gives us the pathway of how to receive, how to recognize Christ in all the refugees. He tells us 4 verbs. We need to welcome, protect, promote, and integrate internally all displaced persons. And I conclude this reflection with a direct quote from Fratelli Tutti number 74. Pope Francis is telling us, even warning us, that belief in God and the worship of God are not enough to ensure that we are actually living in a way pleasing to God. Then he continues, the guarantee of an authentic openness to God, on the other hand, is a way of practicing the faith that helps open our hearts to all our brothers and sisters. Then Pope Francis, in the same paragraph, quotes St. John Chrysostom. Do you wish to honor the body of the Savior? Do not despise it when it is naked. Do not honor it in church with silk vestments, while outside it is naked and numb with cold. Then Pope Francis concludes this paragraph with this comment. Paradoxically, those who claim to be unbelievers can sometimes put God's will into practice better than believers. What a warning for each one of us. Bye now.